Hey guys, welcome to this video. Thank you so much for tuning in, sharing in this now moment with myself and with one another. If you haven't seen these videos before, welcome back. If you have, my intention is unity and oneness. I want to go into a little flow with the guides, a little light language, which I haven't really done too many light language videos lately. Maybe a little energy work. So this is meant to be felt, not necessarily understood on a linear level. And I'm going to tune into a little bit more of the angelic realm today, a little mix of energies and frequencies. So it'll have a certain, you might go, okay, well, what does that feel like? So for those of you who don't know, I'm a channel. I'm an intuitive healer and energy worker, whatever we want to label that as. I move energy, I use sound and frequency in order to shift the frequencies and energies in our physical, mental, emotional bodies, and so on and so forth, etheric bodies. And I also do movement. So I do intuitive movement. I'm a yoga teacher, Reiki master, and Pilates instructor. So a little bit of everything, and I can connect with loved ones on the other side. So I use all of these at my disposal for assisting all of the beautiful souls that I work with on a physical level here on Earth and beyond. And I just use that to raise the frequency and vibration and help kind of move things around a little bit that we might be stuck in. So this video is made with the intention of just maybe helping, allowing or inviting you to feel that frequency that kind of wants to drop in. The message that was coming in a minute ago was that this energy that a lot of people are looking for. I share a lot of synchronicities with you guys, and if I have a session with someone that I think it's relevant to share the message, such as this one, a lot of the messages that are coming through right now are, look, the energy that you guys are looking for is already here. It's all around us. We are already operating within these higher dimensional realms that a lot of people are waiting for, right? They're like, okay, that 5D is going to drop in at any time. It's already here, and 7D and 12D and all of these other energetic frequencies. And I know there's a lot of you that are in that frame of mind of like, well, what does that look like? Well, what does that feel like? Well, what's the difference between 12D and 5D and 7D? And maybe somebody else can answer those questions. My guides are like, don't worry about it. It's about feeling right now. And wherever, because of where we are on earth and what we're experiencing in the earthly realms right now, it's really about us getting into our bodies. And that allows us to interpret reality and therefore create reality differently than we would have if we weren't in our bodies, than we would have if we weren't um, able to express some of these energies in the way that we're expressing them. Sorry, I just got off into us. Let me just tune in, play with the guides here. So this is meant to be felt, not necessarily understood on a linear basis. I'm just dropping into my heart, connecting my brain, my body to my higher frequencies of love and light, to everything that I am. Kua e shiwa I maha, makukua e ninikai, ish iwaha I maho anene. Niwawawa e shua makai. And so we invite you to feel in all chains of reference. We play with this. For in movement patterns, you have chains, networks, fascial connection points. You are connected through the chain of frequency, the waves, the energetic components that wave through the DNA. And so this lineage, if you will, of energies and frequencies that are speaking through this frequency now, through this body, through this template, may exist in what you refer to as a higher realm. We refer to it as a space or energetic waveform that is made up of light, frequency, sound, energy, and from one perspective, feelings. You are using feelings as a human and also utilizing emotions. We would invite you at this time to not only connect your feelings and your emotions, but to recognize when your emotions are leading your feelings. For there are many who feel as if they cannot control their emotions. Many are unsure how to feel, or they feel emotionally detached, and yet they feel angst inside of their body. Many people are going through disillusionment. They are disillusioned by what they see, and they are unable to move accordingly. They are feeling as if they are unable to put one foot in front of the other, and they are unsure about where their reality is headed. And we invite you to feel for a moment as if the reality that you are looking for, the reality that you are seeking, can only be attained through you. It can be only attained from this version of you that is listening to this now. For you cannot get there without being in here, in this particular reality at least. So we may come to you from another field. We may come to you with these messages from a higher dimensional plane of existence. And yet this interdimensional plane is just that. It is existence. It is existing. And you are existence itself. There is no separation. So therefore, we already exist within your own space of existence. We are already part of a higher timeline, if that is what you wish to label it as. We are already part of a reality that has a structure based on compassion, love, and ever-flowing resources, one might say. And so how do you get from there to here? And we are reminding you, you are already here. You may not look the same, and that is the key. For in feeling into these realities that already exist, it may not look the way you would seek to see it. So if you are looking for something that is outside of your realm of perception, how can you perceive it? You have to feel it first. Once you feel it creatively, intuitively, imaginatively, you can then see it. And so this is important, for many are lost in their heads. And we are not in your head. We are all around you. This angelic realm, what does that mean really? It is a frequency. It is a sound. We are many colors of the spectrum. We are light. We are laughter, if that is something you wish to feel us. Laughter is the best way. Mewa e shi o ko ne ne shi. Mewa o ko he ish ine ko aha ini me ak waha ine. Mewa shini wa I waha mako ko ne shi. I anane kuku aha ma nini shuye. Nine oha ma nene kikawa oha I shu yama oha nini. We are not what you think we are. And yet we are beyond the thinking portal, if you will. Yet we invite you to think about these other realities. And then draw your senses up. Pull your senses up and feel into what you are sensing. For as you seek, as you send your imagination into these other realms, it is almost as if you are creating sensations in the body that are like small antennae tuning into that field. Then your presence from that field recognizes itself, and a connection is made. And you then remember, feel, and access these higher realms of you, of your creationary aspect, of your angelic aspect, of your galactic aspect, of all of those aspects or facets. Mik okoha ne ish ine ba ik ine buo e shine. Kune iwa ash unini ahakua. Many think that the ancient ancestors are from an older or lower realm, or they potentially came from a higher realm, and we now have gone backwards as humans in this reality. We would invite you to see reality bigger than that. For subsets within subsets and bubbles within bubbles are merely a perspective. What if the other ancient ancestors or versions of you were never separate from those other realms? What if they operated between all of those vibratory bandwidths and were able to pull from them at any given moment, enhancing the structures of reality, bringing them forward in this reality as this creative aspect now? What if you had the potential to pull from many realities to then create your future reality now? What would it look like? What would it feel like? If you were to imagine the angelic realms as something different than what you have been told, what would you feel it felt like? What would it feel and sound like, taste like, smell like? For the physical form is not something that is necessarily in all realities. Therefore, not all realities carry with it the codes or signature frequencies of a human. What if we were just light? Beautiful bubbles of light, spheres of frequency and energy, of comfort and bliss, of stabilization, of heightened feelings of being held. What if that is all we looked like? Notice we say looked, for when you think of being held, what does that look like? When you think of being and feeling supported, what does that look like? And you are using those feelings to bring a vision into your mind's eye, to then create a thought form, to then allow yourself to project from that feeling, mind's eye, into the thought field in order to create the hologram or the vision of what your field looks like and beyond. For you are envisioning heaven, we might call it, or a place or space beyond earth in which we, the angelic community, exists from one perspective. Me wa ne shi kai e wa ha o ne. Kini ho shima e nini kuki wa e shune. And why would we need to be limited to one perspective of what that looks like? Why would we place limitations on that vision that each individual envisions through their plethora of feelings, thoughts, chords, and musical notes of happiness? For bliss happiness, love, compassion, joy, laughter, all have different ranges. E wawaha ne ishu ye kuaha. Ya o no ko mane ne shi wa wahana. Ke wo moko o kuaha e shine ne. Kiwa makai ni he shi kuaha. So your energy blends and merges with our energy as we share this message. For you can sense beyond the linearity of your reality by blending with these energies. And we invite you to recognize and remember that you are constantly blending with these energies. Every time you have a thought or feeling of caring for or being cared for, of joy, of the awe and wonder of holding a loved one, a baby, supporting a friend, enjoying a beautiful cup of coffee. It is in the everyday, every moment experience that we exist. It is not outside of you. It is wrapping around you at all times in the molecules and plasma that you are encapsulated within. The soup that you are never disconnected from. And we are merely one aspect or one broad bandwidth of an expression of energy. And while we are not bound to a particular physical protocol, one might say, we choose to express ourselves differently in physical form because that is what you will recognize. Ni wa wa shini kai manene. Kune shi manene wa wa he shi. Iwa o ku mahai shine. We invite you to move beyond just the physical. And yet we invite you to birth from the physical simultaneously at any given moment. Feeling into the breath of life or the breath that life brings or the life that is breathed through you. And enter into a space of reverence for the space that you are entering through moment to moment. And breathe from that space new life. Me u ku kua nishi. Mukuni I kua nishi kaya. Kukuaha nene bu kune. Breathe new life into reality. Merge with all of those beings, energetic constituents, if you will, that are assisting you in weaving together, that are assisting you in your entire experience. Beyond just one frame of reference, beyond one limited idea or ideal of what you think reality is offering. Breathe into this space. New life. Open. And all that is here to breathe with you is breathing in this moment together, is breathing through you. For we are all expanding together. Nekuni shiwa. Makunineshi. I'm just going to kind of end on that note. Oh, goosebumps. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Um, I might do an introductory video for this one. We'll see how I feel about that. Thank you so much for sharing these videos, for liking these videos, for your comments. Thank you for just being with each other in this journey. Love and light, guys. Namaste.